And hello there, everybody, and welcome to the GSW Match of the Week, Grand Slam Wrestling. I'm Big Paulie coming to you. Tonight we have a double main event featuring our last two matches in the Okerlund Cup event, the event honoring the late WWF and AWA announcer Mean Gene Okerlund that I have done the last couple of years. And this is a tag tournament I do every fall. Before that, in year one, just called it the GSW Tag Classic, but in honor of Okerlund's passing in early 2019, I have renamed it the Okerlund Cup, and this is Okerlund Cup number 2, where 8 of the best tag teams in GSW have a one-night tournament doing battle and seeing who would survive. And all championships are in play, so you could have one team winning all 4 regional championships, or you could have several regional championships vacated because the world tag titles have been changing place like a hot potato. But let's go over, and we have a very big main event tonight. We have John Pezic facing Farmer Burns for the World Championship, and this will be Burns' strongest test in the 65 weeks he has been champion to date. Ric Flair was announced this week that he will be in Pezic's corner. Pezic promises to retire if he wins the World Championship, and he wants to go out a winner. And Burns has also said that once he loses, he wants to retire, so we could have a vacant world title after tonight, too. But let's go through the first 10 of the 12 bouts that we have had on the card. We started it off with the 4 quarterfinal bouts. The Gibsons beat the Funks. 3 teams entered the tournament by way of the Battle Royal that took place earlier in the week, and it was the British Bulldogs, the Outsiders, and the Funks that all advanced. And the Gibsons win the quarterfinal bout in just 9 minutes and 7 seconds on a knee lift by Ricky Gibson to Dory Funk Jr. In the second quarterfinal, the British Bulldogs beat the Gordman and Goliath, but do not win the Eastern Tag Titles because the Bulldogs won the bout on a cut stoppage. And they won that bout in a war, 38 minutes and 19 seconds, and they were injured for the rest of the tournament bouts. In quarterfinal number 3, we had a huge upset. Paul Ellering, the manager of the Road Warriors, has now joined the Outsiders after the Outsiders injured the Road Warriors out west in last week's action, week 38. This is week 39 that I'm doing now. And the Outsiders prevail over the High Flyers in 39-39. In another war, our first 5-star bout in version 3 history. And Ellering was the difference as he nailed one of the Outsiders, Jim Brunzell, with a foreign object. So Jim Brunzell and Greg Gagne will no longer be the Northern Tag Champions. And we had a match between Southern and Western champions, the Western champions being Black Japan, Masa Chono, and the Great Muta. They faced Bobby Shane and Buddy Colt, and it was Shane and Colt who won and now hold both the Southern and Western championships. The bout went 14 minutes, 19 seconds. So the Black Japan team no longer Western tag titles, and Shane and Colt now both hold the Southern and Western titles. Mildred Burke and Fabulous Moolah went to a double countout. Burke keeps her title there. Match went 18-34. It was Jerry Lawler over Kevin Sullivan by countout to retain his Southern title. 12 minutes, 4 seconds. Dusty Rhodes came out of nowhere, and looks like he has renewed his feud with Kevin Sullivan. He knocked out Rock Hunter about midway through the bout, and Hunter had to go seek some medical attention after being pummeled by Rhodes. In the semifinals, Shane and Colt lost to the Gibsons, Ricky and Robert Gibson. Gibsons retained in 7:46, so they have had a relatively easy road of it to the final, and that probably will be pivotal in the final that we're about to do, as Ricky knee lifted Buddy Colt. And it was after the bout that Shane and Colt announced that they had no intention of defending the newly won Western tag titles. They will go vacant, and they will be in a battle royal next week in the Western region. In semifinal number 2, the Outsiders, who had just won the Northern Tag titles, lost it to the British Bulldogs as Davey Boy pinned Scott Hall with a body press. Both teams really feeling the impact of their first bout, and Gibsons were beginning to show some wear and tear after their second bout, so it'll be interesting how this final plays out between two babyface teams, the Bulldogs and the Gibson brothers. In a women's tag title match, McIntyre and Peterson won by DQ, but did not win the championships, and they will get another rematch somewhere in GSW in the coming weeks. Roddy Piper defended his junior heavyweight title, lost on cuts, but as we said earlier, you do not win a championship by cuts. So Wagner Jr. wins. He'll get a rematch at some point down the road, but Piper walks away with the title. And 13 minutes 27 seconds that went. So here we go. This is our Okerlund Cup Championship. We have, for the first time in Cup history, two babyface teams going at it. But the Bulldogs were former World Tag Team Champions. The Gibson brothers are the current champions. This is a one-fall bout, no DQ, no time limit. So there's a lot of room for both teams to let it all hang out here. And we will start this bout. Both teams are injured, coming in. And the Bulldogs have won 3 in a row, and the Gibsons have won 2 in a row. Both teams have been former and present World Tag Team Champions. The Gibsons are the present champions. They have been champions 4 times. And the Bulldogs are looking for the title a second time. Let's get to the match. Early on, the Gibsons have taken 24 points worth of damage. Tagouts, action happening in an ODQ match. Bulldogs now Gibsons. Coming back to the ring, and they go back to the floor. Both teams are going to let it all hang out here, I believe, because they both want to win this prestigious tournament, and the Bulldogs want to be the champs again. And then after this bout, we'll have the much-awaited Farmer Burns-John Pizek World Heavyweight Championship match. Pile driver by the Gibsons. That's a stamina reduction of 13. Legal leg drop. No action. Ropes move. Flying forearm by the Bulldogs. And a pin here on the Gibsons. Almost gets them. It went 10, which triggers the 2 count. 18. 18's less than 26, and he had to get a 2 or less, a 1 in 20 shot, and it came up 3. So the Bulldogs, with a near early fall, which would have given them the World Tag titles. Specialty move, knee lift by Ricky Gibson, and that's how they've won these first 2 tournament matches. Of course, you see Robert Gibson there. Robert Gibson would later team with Ricky Morton and form a team called the Rock and Roll Express, and they've been active in GSW, and they've won the World Tag titles before. Gibson brothers, a submission by the Bulldogs, and that ain't going to get it done this early. Remember, this is a no time limit bout. No DQ match. Bulldogs blast Gibsons with a chair shot to the head. So, like I said, they're going to let it all hang out, because both teams want to win. Both teams want to be the World Tag Champs, and they want to win this prestigious tournament. And the Bulldogs continue. Snap suplex by Dynamite Kid on one of the Gibsons. And they are dominating here in the early going, and it's looking like they might be the new World Tag Champs. Slam and a flying headbutt, but the move was countered. Hamstring stretch by the Bulldogs. A suplex countered by the Gibsons. Stomps by the Gibsons. And that knocks the Bulldogs down 10 points. So the Gibsons weren't really in trouble in their first 2 bouts, but they're in trouble here. Tag out occurred. A reduction of stamina by 30. So the Gibsons might catch a head of steam here. Partner quickly enters the ring and unloads, freeing the partner in the process, and considerable damage done to the Gibsons. Double team attempt, partner tags up, but maintains very tight looking locking headlock, and that's 15 more points lost for the Gibsons. Legal whip to the ropes by the Gibsons. Legal arm hold by the Bulldogs. Auto control loss back to the Gibsons. Tag out occurred. So the Gibsons trying to get something offensively going together. Bulldogs with a pin attempt and way off on the 3 count. We're 13:08 into this no time limit bout. Bulldogs prepared for an opponent's move, make a dandy counter. Ricky and Robert, nothing there. Spinning toe hold by the Bulldogs on the one of them. We don't know who. Specialty move, running power slam. This could be it, but it's not it. As the Gibsons kick out. And we'll see what goes on here. The Bulldogs look like the stronger team here. Although they were in 2 wars, one with the Outsiders and one with Gordman and Goliath. They must have ate their Wheaties before the bouts tonight at the Omni in Atlanta. A reduction of stamina by 30. Oh, the Bulldogs pulling all the stops out. Doing a little down-home cheating on their fellow baby faces. But hey, both teams want to win. And both teams are going to do what they can to win. Illegal turnbuckle by the Bulldogs. Double team attempt. And will this be it? No. Chopped to the midsection by the Bulldogs. Double backdrop. This could be it. No. Gibson showing a lot of fight. Pin attempt so far. Bulldogs 6, Gibsons 3. We're 20 minutes into the bout. And the Gibsons fight fire with fire as they repeatedly kick and stomp the British Bulldogs. We're showing an aggressive tone tonight. I don't think it's anything personal between these two teams. I think it's just business. Kind of like as they say in The Godfather. Legal throw. No action. Fan interaction. Gibson's now getting a good fan reaction from the crowd here in Atlanta. The old Omni Arena was the site of the home arena for Georgia Championship and then later World Championship Wrestling back in the 80s. Before the NWA changed their full name and title to WCW back around 1990. Legal neck hold by the Gibsons, a body slam by the Gibsons onto the Bulldogs. So that's kind of an interesting role reversal. Tag out by the Gibsons. They're still way behind on stamina points, but they're catching up. 25-14 gone by. Gibsons misread the situation, and they lose control to the Bulldogs. Body slam by the Bulldogs. Auto control loss by the Bulldogs. Gibsons lose control back. Legal arm hold by the Bulldogs. Bulldogs, as I said, were World Tag Team Champions earlier this year, so they're looking for a second run at the championship. Gibsons have won the world title 4 times. Legal whip to the ropes. Ropes moved by the Bulldogs, an auto control loss, no DQ match, and we have blood for the first time in this bout as the Bulldogs stomp on the Gibsons, and they have a cut. Looks like one of them has a lower lip that has been busted open, and that's 20 cut point loss. Tear shot to the head by the Bulldogs. Ouch. If there is a stoppage on cuts, then the Bulldogs would win but not win the championship, but they would win the tournament, and they would remain Northern Tag Team Champions. 1, 2, nope. Illegal punches by the Gibsons. Oh, another near pin on a running power slam by one of the Bulldogs on one of the Gibsons. Tag out occurred, and once again the Gibsons in bad shape. 31 minutes into the bout, another pin chance, and we have new World Tag Team Champions. They are the British Bulldogs. An epic battle that had most of the fans on the edge of their seats. The British Bulldogs defeat the Gibsons for the World Tag Team title in a match the fans will not soon forget. And it was a legal leg drop by Dynamite Kid onto Ricky Gibson, and that ends it. So we will have two vacant tag belts in the regional circuits because the Bulldogs, by winning, are the new World Tag Team Champions. So their Northern Tag title will now be vacated, as the Western title was vacated earlier by Bobby Shane and Buddy Colt. And that match went 31-44, went 4.5 stars. So we have brand new World Tag Team Champions. And the final number is 575 off for the Bulldogs, and they were cut open. And the Bulldogs only lost 271. I think all of their bouts went over a half hour tonight. Let me just double check that. Do a little fact check. Yeah, no, their second bout went 15:36, but their quarterfinal bout went 39:33, and this bout went 31:44. So they were in the ring nearly an hour and a half. But they walk away with the World Tag Team Championship, and the Northern and Western Tag titles will be vacant and be replaced with new champions next week. So look for that in your regional action. The Bulldogs reign supreme, and for the second time, they are the World Tag Team Champions, winning the Okerlund Cup. The Midnight Express won the titles last year, but they are under suspension right now, so they could not defend their tag championship. So maybe that will be a match at some point in the future. And now we move on to our World Heavyweight Championship match. And here we go. It's going to be a battle of shooters. It's going to be Farmer Burns facing John Pezic, the former world champion. And if Pezic is pinned, he will retire. If Pezic wins the title tonight, he also retires, and so will Farmer Burns. If there is no result tonight that fits one of these possible situations, then there will be a rematch in Los Angeles on week 52 at the Olympic Auditorium, Night of Champions 4, and it will be a no time limit, no DQ match to determine the once and for all who is the better man of the two. But this could get decided tonight, or we might have to wait 13 weeks. Pezic is the reigning Northern Heavyweight Champion, and Farmer Burns has been world champ for 65 weeks. The longest reign in GSW history of any kind, singles, tags, ladies, junior heavyweights, you name it. We've never had a reign this long in Federation history. So Ric Flair will be in the corner tonight for John Pezic, and Flair would benefit if Pezic wins the title and vacates. But the way we will crown a new champion, if Pezic wins, vacates, and also would force Farmer Burns to lose, to retire, is the remaining champions, the remaining four champions, the World Junior Champ, the Eastern Champ, the Western Champ, and the Southern Champ, would all square off in a hastily arranged tournament in Marietta, Georgia this week, and that would find the replacement world heavyweight champion. So it could be Ray Stevens, it could be Jerry Lawler, who won earlier tonight, it could be Roddy Piper, it could be, who's our Western champion right now? Big Van Vader. So those would be the four men. They would compete in a card in Marietta, and we will have the world title final should Pezic win tonight and the world title goes vacant. So here we go. Our World Heavyweight Championship match. Burns versus Pezic. Ric Flair in Pezic's corner. Woo! And this is one fall 60-minute time limit, and these guys are so well trained and have such stamina that these guys could go 60 without breaking a sweat. Very high stamina ratings. Very tough for either man to be pinned. And here we go. Submission move right off the bat by Pezic, and you're not going to get Farmer Burns. Another submission move by Pezic, but still way too early. First pin attempt on Burns, nowhere near. And now, a legal neck hold. Pezic has a 1 in 40 chance of being pinned right there. Another attempt on Burns, and you're not going to get him this early. I keep saying that, but these guys don't keep listening. Pezic beat Andre the Giant to win the Northern title a few weeks back on a toe hold. And Andre, that's his one Achilles heel, is he has never beaten any of the shooters. Pezic is pinned, he retires. If Burns loses the title, they will both retire because Pezic wanted to go out world champ. Chicken wing by Burns, but that's countered. Like I said, these guys could go 60 minutes and not break a sweat. So that bout in Los Angeles may be necessary. Double wrist lock by Burns on the Pezic, and you're not going to get a submission on Pezic. Legal arm hold, auto control loss, legal throw by Burns. Burns goes for the chicken wing. Again, Burns counters it. We're 12:38 into the match, and Pezic with a 71-point stamina lead. Actioning outside the ring, Pezic stomps away on Burns as he has him draped across the ring apron. Big body slam on the Burns, but no chance of getting the pin. Toe hold by Pezic, but again, you're not going to get Burns this early in the bout. Legal leg hold, submission move, legal face rake, legal turnbuckle move, illegal punches by Pezic, illegal punches by Pezic, legal chop by Pezic, illegal choking by Pezic, legal throw by Pezic, countered, and now Burns has control. Legal neck hold, and a legal chop. Pezic well ahead on stamina. He's up about 150 points. No action. Auto control loss. We're a little more than 20 minutes into the 60-minute time limit bout. And if these two meet again in Los Angeles, at the end of the year, it will be a no time limit, no DQ bout. Bear hug by Burns, and you're not going to get him. We'll just play it out. No action, auto control loss, a legal neck hold, and now Burns delivers a high toss that takes Pezic down to the mat. Both men beginning to get a little tired now at the 23-minute mark, and Pezic is cut. Pezic is the first to be cut, and he's got a cut below the eye, and blood is pouring out. Pezic, no action. Auto control loss. Ric Flair has been very, very quiet in this bout so far. Illegal punches by Pezic. Illegal throw by Pezic. A neck hold by Burns. No pin. Indian deathlock by Burns. No, not going to get him. Pezic again in a pinning predicament. We've had 6 pin attempts in the bout so far, and we're 25 minutes in. Forearm to Pezik's chin. Very small chance of a pin going to 3 there. Spike pile driver. Oh, I guess Pezik was taught that by Flair. Leg drop by Pezik. Flair jumps on the ring apron and starts yelling at Burns as Burns goes to confront Ric Flair. Pezik sneaks attack him from behind, and it's a stamina loss of 20. Headlock by Pezik. Legal leg hold by Burns. Legal arm hold by Burns, but that was countered. Outside the ring action, Pezik backs in the ring. Pezik backs into the ring corner so Flair can give him some words of advice. Stamina increases by 10. We're halfway through the bout. Legal arm hold by Pezik, who is up 127 points in stamina, but he has a 12-point cut. Legal chop by Pezik. Control loss by Pezik. Arm hold by Burns. Leg hold by Burns, who just beat Kevin Sullivan in a minute last week. And an even minute, by the way, outside the ring, shoulder block by Burns onto Pezik. And Pezik fell to the arena floor. We're 33:50 into the bout. No action. Pezik hopes to reevaluate his match strategy, so he locks in a headlock and squeezes the blood flow, which allows him to ponder things over. And no way you're going to get Burns this quickly. Legal forearm. Legal punches by Pezik. Burns gets hit by a drop kick. No action. Illegal neck hold by Burns. No action. Standing elbow smash by Burns. No pin. Legal forearm. Nothing. These guys could go 3 hours and not have a winner. Pezik called for manager. Burns is going to lose if he doesn't immediately gain control of the match. Referee is accidentally hit, which causes him to go down in the ring. Ric Flair enters the ring and helps the double team Farmer Burns before the referee recovers. So Ric Flair up to his old tricks. Legal neck hold by Burns. Kicked by Burns. No action. Ropes move by Burns was countered. The headlock by Pezik was countered. And a legal throw by Burns. No pin. And we go on. We're past the 40-minute mark now. Legal neck hold by Burns. No action. Auto control loss to Burns. Legal low blow. Oh, by Pezik. He's pulling out all the stops to try to win the championship tonight. No action. Legal leg hold by Farmer. Auto control loss by Pezik. Legal neck hold by Burns. No action. Pin hold. That was countered by Pezik. And now Farmer Burns. Another pin try, but way short there. Hair pull by Pezik. Neck hold by Burns. Leg hold by Pezik. Submission move by Burns onto Pezik, but that's not going to get it done. Neck hold. Headlock. Kick. Specially move. Big body slam. But no chance of getting the pin. And we're now down to the last 13 minutes of the bout. Legal arm holds by Burns. And a legal throw. Nothing there. Remember, if Pezik is pinned, he must retire. If he is pinned or he is submitted, he must end his career in GSW and re-retire by stipulation. Arm twist, that did not result in a pin. 8 pin attempts to 9, Burns and Pezik, as you see there in your stats. And this is illegal choking by Pezik as he gets a bit more desperate. He sees the time running down. No action. Legal leg hold by Burns. Illegal choking by Farmer Burns as he loses the sense of what the rule book has in it and what it doesn't have in it. Illegal punches by Burns. Illegal leg hold by Burns. A pin hold. Nope. We're down to 8.5 minutes or so. A legal arm hold. Let's see what we have here. Burns surprises his opponent and locks him in a dangerous sleeper hold, cutting out the oxygen and carotid artery by clasping down the neck and head region. It also reduces blood flow to the brain, which could produce a temporary unconsciousness, but Pezic kicks out. We're under 9 minutes to go. A legal neck hold. Burns attempts the top wrist lock, but can't do it. Burns a legal whip to the ropes. Difference in stamina damage is now 75 points. Pin hold, submission move, legal throw, no pin. These guys looking like they're going to go to a time limit draw. Auto control loss, face rake by Pezic, leg drop by Pezic, leg hold by Pezic. Legend comes to ringside to provide commentary. And it looks like he's issuing a challenge. I can't see from here who that is. And a headbutt by Pezic. No action. We have 5 minutes to go. Auto control loss. Specialty move. Double wrist lock by Pezic. But Burns just counters it and slips away. We have 4 minutes to go. Spinning toe hold by Burns. No. That nearly got the pin. And now a submission move by Pezic, but you're not going to get Pezic. Oh, a 1! A 1 on the third count, but there was no way you were going to get him there. Legal neck hold. Auto control loss. Last 2 minutes of the bout. Legal leg hold. Pezic uses Farmer Burns' hair to gain added advantage. Stamina reduction by 5. Looks like Pezic will win the damage war, as he's about 90 points ahead. Spinning toe hold. No. And that comes with about a minute and a half to go in the bout. Last chance. Toe hold. No. And it's a time limit draw. Pezic almost had him at the end. But this goes a time limit draw. And Farmer Burns retains the World Championship. Pezic will go back to being the Northern Champion, and these two likely meet again in 13 weeks to decide once and for all who is the better man. Burns worked hard to get at the top of wrestling world, and he plans to stay there a long time. To do so, he must keep the belt at all costs. He did exactly that today and remains your world champion. Pezic will move up to the top spot, and he will be number 3 on the list behind the world champ and the world junior heavyweight champ. And this one went 60 minutes. If it was like what they do in boxing, then Pezic would have won the bout, but that's not how we do it here in the world of wrestling. So that's your bout. Pezic and Burns both live to fight other days, and they might meet again in the end of the year, I should say, at Night of Champions 4 in Los Angeles, to determine once and for all who the champion really is. And Pezic nearly had him at the last minute with a toe hold, but the time limit expires. And both men will, as I've been saying, live to fight another day. 10 pin attempts by Burns, 11 by Pezic in the 60-minute time limit draw. So there you have it, folks. The Bulldogs, British Bulldogs, are the new World Tag Team Champions, and John Pezic did not get it done tonight against Farmer Burns. The match went to a 60-minute draw. These two will likely meet again in Los Angeles on week 52, 13 playing weeks from tonight, to determine once and for all who is the better man between the two. They'll have a no time limit, no DQ, no stopping on cuts, battle, all in battle. One of them will walk away world champ, at least for a few moments. If Pezic still wins, he'll still retire, and Burns will still retire if that result happens. And Flair's tutorage, Pezic will be reigning as the Northern champ. And I think I've said all I could say at this point. Hope you enjoyed tonight's last two matches of this Okerlund Cup card. This has been Big Paulie coming to you. We wish you well, no matter where you are and no matter where you may be. As I record this on August 26th, Hurricane Laura fastly approaching the Texas-Louisiana coast, so we want to wish everybody, even though you will not see this until August 29th, Saturday night, we want to wish all the people in Texas and Louisiana well, dealing with this monster hurricane that has hit the Gulf Coast. And Godspeed and God bless, and we'll do it all again soon. Bye bye for now, everybody.